Hi, I'm Sarah Robb O'Hagan, and I'm one of the lucky ones. I never have ever won a trophy. I'm gonna start over. I'm delighted to be here because I have spent the last 3 years of my life writing a book about what it takes for some people to have extraordinary impact on the world. So how do you figure out how to trigger your magic drive? It starts with totally knowing what is the extreme focus going to come from for you. Here's my personal story. When I left university in New Zealand, back with the sheep, I ended up working for Virgin Atlantic Airways, and then I moved to a company called Virgin Megastores. I joined the company at the time Napster had just come along, so the whole industry was being disrupted. And I was so full of myself because I had been like crushing it at the airline. And I thought that I could do no wrong. I come into the office and I'm called into my boss's office and HR is sitting there. You know where this is going, right? They basically said to me, you are going to be let go from this company. You have 1 week of severance and a one-way ticket back to New Zealand. So it wasn't just like, you're so bad you need to leave the company. It was like, you're so bad you need to leave our country. I mean, that's one of the reasons I got to where I got to in my career. Like, if we don't fail, we don't get out of our comfort zone, we don't learn.
Absolutely.
Tell us about the role failure's played in your life.
I wish failure had a different word, because it's such a good thing to have and to do in your career.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I failed.
And the lesson in all of it for us as individuals, but I also believe as companies, is to be stubbornly humble. Stubbornly humble. And that means recognizing you're actually only as good as what you did today. And you can always be better. You're getting pissed off with me right now. And it's even more important today when the landscape is changing so quickly. Everywhere you turn, there's a new startup nipping at your heels. And it's scary because it's easy to go, whoa, we've got to get into that business too. It is more important than ever to know what your extreme specialty is and to really focus and stick with it. Where do you thrive? What is your specialist game? And are you playing it? So I feel incredibly lucky to have worked, as you can see, for some of these extraordinary brands. One thing I've noticed about all of them is they have that same extreme focus, and they don't lose sight of what it is that they are the best at and that they stand for, even when the competition is getting hungry around them and things are getting distracting. So basically in our industry, just like actually many other retail industries right now, it is moving from one size fits all to very specialized categories. So what you start to see is, whereas we used to go to the gym and we'd get everything from the machines to the group classes to personal training to spas all in one place, now consumers are moving very aggressively to these little boutiques. I really believe what you can see from our little business is this idea of, if you're spectacular for a few customers, you will be so much more successful than if you just are average for many. 2008, Gatorade created the category. Every athlete in the world drinks Gatorade, it's amazing. Here's us. We had been battling with Powerade over a $5 billion piece of the pie, instead of saying, look at this giant opportunity. We have the equity to go there, why don't we do more? And sure enough, we said, let's do that. Our specialist game is athletes. And why don't we come up with products to meet their needs before, during, and after exercise? And why does it just have to be beverages? And sure enough, you can see the sort of lineup, the original lineup of products there. We called this the G series. And what blows me away to this day was, once we launched, the incredible pace to which the business actually turned around, because we went from this very generic target with one product to 13 to 17-year-old high school athletes marketing a very, very large suite of really high integrity products, and the business turned around very quickly. Because the stronger your personal foundation, the bolder you will be. Think of yourself today like a brand, and think of your career landscape like a marketplace. Is it differentiated? Do you stand out from the crowd? Do you know what your unique specialty is? What is it that's holding you back? In my personal experience, I went through my career as a marketer because I failed finance at university. I sucked at it. So therefore, I just kept telling myself, I can't do it. But I wanted to be a CEO. So eventually, I rocked on up to Harvard Business School for the remedial training for executives and took a finance course. And guess what? I loved it. It was amazing. So what is it for you? What's the one thing holding you back that you think you can't do? Because if you go and dive in and try, you might be surprised. And then bring out the extreme in others, because at the end of the day, in the world we live in today, it is up to everyone in this room to help everyone have an impact. And that's what we're here to do. So go forth, be bold. It's been a blast. That'll roughly do.